And they're in medical care. Jesus Christ. Were the kids on drugs?
Could be, but it's just another day at the office, right, sir?
As usual. It never ends. Where's the kid, by the way?
In the second interrogation room, sir. Do you need someone in there with you, in case the kid tries something?
Nah. I'll keep you posted if anything happens, but for now, get back to work.
Yes, sir.
Take it you had a rough night in the woods. Anyways, about your case, Mr. Saturn.
It's Craig. You don't have to be so formal around me, Sheriff.
My apologies, Craig. It's just, what the hell were you four doing up there in the woods? I know you kids these days like to go to random locations and have a rave or just to get wasted, but why there of all places?
We weren't partying. We were making a documentary about the town's local serial killer.
So you're a film student, huh? Why don't you tell me what happened then?
It started when I get back to class after a strike at college. My professor told me to work on my short film for my finals.
And did you?
I called in some favors. My friend, Tony, his cousin Michael and Ricky left 4 days ago to make a documentary about the Berlinger Lake killer.
Is that so? And what did you do when you arrived in town?
We decided to interview some of the town's people, and they told us different stories about the woods. One about the cult, one about the cannibals, and one about people stealing organs from others.
Yeah, the folks around here sure do love to scare the crap out of each other with rumors, don't they? Okay, so you went to the woods to shoot for a film. What happened during the time that you stayed there?
We found a tombstone with a bird impaled into it with a crossbow.
Well, it is open season, and the folks around here do hunt down birds for fun.
Yeah, but why impale it onto a tombstone? And why not take it down when it died? It looks like it's been there for days.
Well, how can you tell?
Trust me, the smell can tell you how long it's been there. A few hours after dark, we decided to call it a night. Around 1, I started hearing noises coming from the woods. Michael and I decided to check it out to find out what was making the sound. And then we find a tent.
Was the owner from town?
He sure didn't look like local to me. And then he just disappeared. Once we entered the tent, we found some medical equipment and blood.
Okay, so what happened next?
We got out there as fast as we could. And then when I turned around to see if anyone was following us, the tent is just gone.
That's impossible.
Go ask Michael then. He was there with me when it happened.
I will. Later. But right now, we're here to talk about you and your time in the woods.
Then why are you wasting our time asking questions if you're gonna get to it later yourself? What are you, fucking stupid?
Because if you don't tell me what the hell you were doing in the woods, I'm going to send you somewhere you won't go voluntarily.
Okay. Go on.
The next morning, Michael and Ricky headed out early to shoot for a bit, leaving me with Tony.
And Tony? Was there anything off about him?
Wasn't at first, but it was like he was a different person after he read about the killer. A few hours after, Michael came back with Ricky in his arm. Apparently, he passed out in the middle of nowhere after they found the cabin in the woods.
And did the cabin disappear?
Yes. They even have pictures of it on camera, before and after he disappeared. When the night came, I told Tony to take the night off, but he wasn't having any of it. So I left him to himself. The next morning, however, I heard Ricky screaming in pain. When I entered his tent, I found him covered in these weird symbols.
Like this?
Yes. Ever seen this before?
Not me, but the previous sheriff did back in the 50s, but it stopped years after the 60s. Anyways, back to your story. What did you do when you found your friend in pain?
We tried to get out of the woods, but the car battery was missing.
And you suspect your friend stole the battery?
Well, he was acting kind of weird during the trip. Didn't talk to us much. Looked like he stayed up all night. And we only talk about the killer.
Did he have any medical conditions you may not have known?
No. If he did, Michael would have told us about it.
Why not call us when you noticed your car battery was stolen?
He stole our phones. He must have planned it while we were asleep.
Okay, go on.
We went to look for Tony after. Found him deeper into the woods, reading a red book.
What was this book?
It was the journal of the killer.
What? Where did he find it? We've been looking for something like that for years.
I don't know. At the moment, I was worried about what he might do next. Michael was trying to burn the book because it was causing Tony to act all different.
And?
And he attacked Michael with a knife.
So you went after him, and then what happened?
He was waiting for me. He thanked me.
For what?
He was talking stuff like his life was meaningless before he read the notes and journals of the killer.
So he was having a life dilemma?
I'm not sure. If he did, he would ask us if he needed any help. After that, we fought.
So you fought and killed him in self-defense?
It wasn't easy, but yes.
Okay, so you went back to the other two, and then what happened?
When I got back to the two, they were asking me about Tony. I told them the truth, and they didn't even look at me. The next thing happened to us were the cult members.
The what?
The cult.
When the hell did that happen?
A few minutes before we came across one of the officers, I think.
So you ran away from them?
Yeah, we were trying to get deeper into the woods so no one can follow us.
And you went to the road, and then?
Yeah, and then we ran into one of the deputies. That's the whole story. Are we done?
Sir, the evidence team found something in the woods.
You stay right here while I go check what we found. You're sure that's what they found?
Yes, sir. They found physical evidence. A camera, I believe.
We found this in the wood along with one of your cameras. However, before I can tell you what we found on it, can you tell me how you've killed him?
I stabbed him from the back. Must have broken his spinal cord or went right through his neck. I'm not sure why.
Well, that's strange, because the footage we found shows that he stabbed himself to death near one of the trees in the woods.
What?
You see, he killed himself with the very same knife that you say you stabbed him with. And then he bled out for hours before anybody ever thought to check on him.